Hey, what's going on, guys? It's RCR, and this is more, I guess, a commentary or a rant. I don't know what you really want to call it, but I'm just kind of done, just angry at this point right now because you have a good game like Need for Speed Rivals. Personally, to me, the best Need for Speed I've played in a very long time. It's much better than Most Wanted. It's much better than the Run, and it's a good game. And the fact that Ghost Games literally half their staff, or even more, that got canned and fired, and then the rest of them had to take a severance package and go work for Visceral Games. I mean, Army of Two, whatever this one was called, I guess the Cartel. I don't know, some shit like that. It's bad. I played it. I rented it at Redbox. Thank God. It was terrible. If anything, Visceral Games should be, EA should be taking Visceral Games out of the picture and making them come work for someone else, because Ghost Games was on the right path. They were working on the next Need for Speed game, and a lot of signs pointed to Underground 3. It just made sense at the time. Underground 2 is 10 years old at this point. It would have been the perfect time to do it. They've mentioned it before in press conferences and interviews, and we kind of knew at this point that that was where they were going. And now they've said that the game has been shelved, so we won't be seeing any E3 in November because we don't have enough development time on it because of the studio being kind of just destroyed, because Criterion obviously disbanded, and now coming after hearing this, I have a feeling that was more of EA telling them, look, we need to restructure, we need to get you out of the picture, and you're done. So hopefully the guys at Criterion will maybe take the Kickstarter and they'll do some sort of like Burnout successor, kind of like how what Next Car Game is doing, the guys that did Flat Out. And Kickstarter is a really good place to do that. So I would hope that I can't remember his name. Sorry, he is probably Craig Sullivan, or no, it's not. I don't know. You guys will remind me down below. But I hope that they take to Kickstarter and do something like that, because that'd be a really good idea. Because hopefully they're taking notice with Next Car Game and a lot of other successful games that were maybe kind of in the early 2000s, and that their developers or publishers kind of pushed them out of the picture, and they did that. I was really hoping that Black Box, maybe their studio, would come together and have a new studio and go to Kickstarter and have a crowd-funded racing game that has heavy customization. Like, I've been waiting for that, and that still hasn't happened yet. So, but the fact that Ghost Game has now pretty much been canned when they were working on it, just had to be Underground. Like, there was no other reason it wasn't Underground. All signs pointed to it. So, again, going back to how good this Need for Speed Rivals was, it felt right. If you I guess average them together with all the other Need for Speed games that have come out in the recent past, I think the only one that stands close to it would be Hot Pursuit, because this game is literally the blend of Hot Pursuit and the Run in my eyes, since it's running on Frostbite, and it has kind of that Run feel. But it took all the bad stuff from Run and took all that stuff out and kept the good stuff in it from the Run, and keep all the great stuff from Hot Pursuit, and they kind of mashed it together. And it's stupid that this stuff happens, because if EA is trying to restructure things, and instead of them fixing and working on their major titles like Battlefield 4, they're canning good developers that did a good job. Need for Speed Rivals, it sold out on PS4 day one. So for that, like a million PS4 copies, you would have to I would do a good estimation that I have about 20 or 30 friends on PS4 right now that I talk to frequently. I would say about 1/3 of them haven't. So you would say maybe 250,000 copies were sold on PS4, and that's not including PS3 and all this stuff. So they were selling, they could have been selling a lot of copies. And I know that doesn't sound like a much, but they sold, Most Wanted was the highest selling game, highest selling racing game of last year, in the last quarter. So, for them to restructure and try to pretty much just gut Ghost Games when they're just a studio, proves how much of a bitch EA can be. And, at this time, I haven't really had that much of a problem with EA. I bought SimCity, I was mad that it didn't work, but I understand, like, things happen, and but when your favorite studio that did a good job, like Visceral, their games are on decline. The only thing that they have going for them is pretty much Dead Space. I know they're supposed to be working on the next Star Wars game, but we see that the people that are working on Ghost Games are now working on this, I guess, Battlefield-esque police game, something like that. It's stupid. They're guys that make games. I mean, all the people that are from Ghost Games, they're guys that worked at Turn 10. They worked at these awesome race studios, and now that they're just being destroyed. So I'm at this point where I just want to say, and I haven't really said a lot, of the big old fuck you to EA, because it's annoying that this shit happens. It's retarded. It doesn't need to happen. Destroy some of your like take your free to plays offline. Get rid of those studios. I mean, shut down Need for Speed World. I would then to gut your first studio. I mean, come on, it's retarded. It's stupid. So. I guess that's my round. That if you're not subscribed, you can subscribe for actual Need for Speed content beside angry rants, and a lot of times it's pretty much positive content. Hopefully, even that this happened, we'll see some DLC from Rob's coming out. I talked to the community manager on their Facebook page saying that there will be DLC very soon. Some a lot of people thought it would come out this Tuesday. I'm thinking probably next Tuesday or so, and we'll maybe be getting 2 car packs, and I'll definitely be doing some Let's Customize, some reviews on each one of those cars. I've been looking for maybe a mod that kind of get rid of the HUD so I can make some cinematic videos, and that would be really cool. So, anyway, that's for this one, guys. And I guess leave me your thoughts down below, because I'm pretty angry about it. I hope you guys be angry about it too, since this was a really, really good Need for Speed game. Anyway, thanks.